investigated Mr. Beast, who was recently accused of making $23 million with insider trading and scams. I wanted to know the full story, so I reached out to everyone, from researchers to crypto projects, even to Mr. Beast himself. And let me say, the story is more complicated than you think.
By now, you've more than likely heard of Mr. Beast and how his reputation is in shambles right now. And that's largely to do with one of his ex-employees, Dogpack404, making an expose video on him. People on his Amazon-sponsored game show ended up being hospitalized and filing lawsuits. A lot of other ex-employees and contestants came out of the woodwork, and some older videos resurfaced where his so-called charity work was called into question and shown up for being brand, PR, paid opportunities. He couldn't really care less about any of these people or the causes. He wanted the reactions on video, and so it all blew up into being a huge trending topic on YouTube. And there's been allegations of hiring PDF files, the mouldy food. He launched an internal investigation which found that there was no wrongdoing at his company. He's threatened Dogpack with a cease and desist. There's been allegations of using private detectives. Then there's been drama channels and spreading misinformation videos. And this is where Coffeezilla enters the chat with a video posted on November the 14th, 2024 called Investigating Mr. Beast, which currently has over 6 million views. And so at this point we have hundreds of videos and posts about Mr. Beast and his shady business practices. But no one has talked about the fact that Mr. Beast's former manager Reed Jusher and his investment company Knight Ventures, or Knight Capital, are a huge part of these crypto NFT scams. And I genuinely don't know why. Because clear as day, it's on their website. They own MoonPay, the platform that used Sam Bankman-Fried, who's now in jail's FTX bank, to promote and facilitate the distribution of the Bored Ape NFT project, another NFT enterprise owned by Yuga Labs, who purchased ownership of CryptoPunks, which Mr. Beast was promoting with Logan Paul. And they also manage a ton of YouTube channels or content creators, which we don't know exactly who or how many because you have to send a request for the roster. But if you're doing an investigation into Mr. Beast, I would think that would be a good starting place. And Coffeezilla has even promoted himself as exposing Sam Bankman-Fried when he cornered him on a Twitter space. So I'm just confused why he doesn't investigate that.
What Mr. Beast did, what his team did, is shady. But what we care about is, did he cross that bright red line from shady to illegal scam? And contrary to what Twitter says, I don't think that's an easy answer. Instead, I think the answer will depend on you. If you love Mr. Beast, there will be an explanation at every turn and a scapegoat. But if you hate Mr. Beast, what I'm about to show you will seem unethical and like a clear abuse of fame for money.
I honestly do not care about Mr. Beast either way. I barely knew who he was a few months ago. But I do think the management company that owns half of YouTube's creators and the production companies that make the videos, as well as Feastables that's clearly marketed towards children, being behind these crypto scams, which were endorsed by YouTube, as I've mentioned in one of my previous videos, is a big deal.
Already, this story is difficult, but I want to make you aware of two more things which matter. First, I have gone to Mr. Beast's team to try to fact check this story extensively, and they declined to fact check or comment on my many questions.
So he says he's gone to the team to fact check, but what I found out is posted on their website. It's indisputable, as are unique blockchain transactions. And so the thing about this video is it's based on a Twitter investigation, actually 2 investigations that have been posted on there, one of which Dogpack had reposted in October. And this video is Coffeezilla's investigation into the investigation. And he's posted the links to the threads in the video description. Anyway, Mr. Beast doesn't respond to his DMs, so by the end of the video, we're really none the wiser. But given that Mr. Beast's only and main focus in life does seem to be money, and knowing how to operate a crypto wallet myself, and they're not easy to set up, you got to write down the seed phrase on a bit of paper and all of that. I find it hard to believe that he didn't know what was going on with these transactions or left someone else in charge of his wallets. But I guess we'll have to draw our own conclusions. But I have another question. There's one bit of the video where he's talking about the Supercoin episode, and under the tweet, another creator replies the exact same thing as Mr. Beast, that Mr. Beast replies to, and that is laser or Laserbeam.
Why is this bad? Well, Mr. Beast is obviously hugely influential, and he publicly associated himself with the project twice. Once on March 3rd, 2021, he responded to a tweet with eyeball emojis.
So I think we got to assume that using the eyeball emojis was like a heads up or a secret symbol to any potential crypto token buyers that this was a good investment, an endorsement, if you will. And bear in mind, this was happening in 2021, which was like the golden era for this kind of trading on Twitter and cryptocurrency in general, before all of these platforms crashed. Market manipulation was out of control. Coins and tokens were bought after being told it was a good investment by an influencer or someone like Elon Musk. And magically overnight, the wallets would get hacked and they would lose all their money. Someone like Mr. Beast could be given the coin or token, then influence people to buy it, then sell their stock, and it drops in value or becomes worthless. By 2022, these pump and dump schemes were happening every day and nothing could really be done about it because no one knew who was scamming who. But my point is, Laser or Laserbeam, he tweeted the exact same eyeball emoji, and guess what? Laserbeam is funded by none other than Knight Ventures. What are the chances? Still on their website, you can apply for a job there, although it doesn't look like it's going too well at his channel. But yeah, I think that's more than a coincidence. And I think there's way too many conflicts of interest going on here. But Coffeezilla or anyone else has not picked up on it. I don't know enough about the guide to say any more than that. I'm just reporting what I see.
Instead, they gave me a statement, which we will get to. Secondly, I have a bit of history with Mr. Beast. I interviewed and spoke positively about him in the past, but also his new co-founder is suing me, and his other co-founder threatened to sue me. So you can make of that what you will. As always, I just want to let you know where I'm coming from, and I've tried to get all sides of the story.
I'd always thought that he did some good investigative journalism, but maybe being sued or the threat of being sued is enough for this video to be not really giving. I don't get why we, the viewer, have to decide whether what he did was legal or illegal. It doesn't make any difference. He's been promoting gambling and junk food to kids like my nephew in the US, and he's a liar. And there's a huge monetization eco-structure behind it, which no one wants to talk about. And I do wish someone with a bigger following would be interested in this. There has been a huge commentary pylon on this subject. At the moment, there seems to be an active campaign going on to discredit Dogpack, when a lot of what he showed had already been noticed by other channels. He is not the only one who's analysed whether the lotteries and giveaways were legit. He had worked at the company, he was an insider. What difference does it make how long for? Was he supposed to keep it all to himself? You do not have to believe everything anyone tells you on YouTube. If you can't think for yourself by now, then that's on you, soggy bro. There's a difference between gathering information and speculating on something and blatantly misleading your audience, especially when they are kids. And now people are mad at him because he's getting what they want, which is a lot of views and attention. I think the fact that he's not monetized is hugely relevant, whereas pretty much everyone else who has been talking about it is. And the people not calling out Mr. Beast or defending him, you're looking sus as hell. And no one's mentioned how he's done absolutely nothing about his own state, North Carolina, being devastated by floods. Mr. Beast philanthropy. Not everyone on here looks up to him or is making videos for the same reason he is. Not everyone wants to see this normalization of edgy or edgelord culture and having online relationships with teenagers or younger when you're in your 20s or 30s. It's just weird and nothing good comes of it, which is at the very root of this. So that was just a quick video. I just had to get that out there, and I hope you found it interesting, and I will see you again soon.